then this can be shared. Alrighty, so I will kick off, and then we will get some other people sharing and just having a little talk about what the business has done for them. So I'll just do a little bit of an introduction on me and how all this came about, which I know that Raxa, for your benefit and other people's benefit, you know a bit of, but it's really nice to put a bit of body around that, I think. So 7 years ago, so obviously we're here to talk about business and being able to grow a home business and become part of something very much on your own terms, very much with no pressure, but being part of a really lovely, we call ourselves the Real Team. We're all real girls that have real lives going on, and we have a really big passion for helping other people and achieving great things for ourselves as well, which is always a big bonus. So a very quick intro to me. 7 years ago, and we will hear a little bit from Mum. We're not going to make this call today about product. We'll talk about the product, but we won't make it about sharing big health testimonials, because we have another call once a week for sharing product testimonials, sharing those real life health stories, and that's when we can inspire people in terms of building a client base and all coming together and sharing those stories then. So, but to put a bit of meat behind it and a bit of a backstory, 7 years ago, Mum, who's here on this call, got diagnosed with very severe rheumatoid arthritis, which is obviously an inflammatory autoimmune diseases, disorders, whatever you want to call them, are at an all-time high globally, and mainly put down to, I would say, and certainly research supporting this, lifestyle, stress, the way people are feeding their bodies or not feeding their bodies. So 7 years ago, Mum got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, had 18 months of absolute sheer hell before having that diagnosis. And we basically, and this goes to show the power of social media and the power of how we can actually help people nowadays, we put out a sort of request on social media and said, has anybody got anything that is natural that could benefit Mum? And the main thing that we really wanted to see a huge improvement in was fatigue. She had extreme fatigue, let alone the pain. It was anything that could boost the fatigue and if possible reduce that inflammation. So probably the first thing to mention is that you know, from when we're talking to people about their bodies and their health, most things that are going on within people's bodies are within. So we can't actually see those things from the outside. So if you looked at Mum, you wouldn't think that she had an autoimmune. If you looked at Sandra, who's on the call, you wouldn't think she had an autoimmune. If you looked at Susie, you wouldn't think she has. These girls have incredible health journeys and health testimonials. So anyway, a girlfriend got in touch with us. She introduced us to the product that we are going to talk about today, which is called Juice Plus, and a very gorgeous journey and story unfolded, and that was all surrounding, obviously, Mum massively improving the fatigue. And what I always say to people is, it's like anything in life. You have to put the good stuff in if you want to see the results. If you want to see those things improve, we need to be feeding ourselves. But what people are not managing to do on a daily basis is eat enough colourful whole foods, which is where cellular health begins. So a girlfriend, Rachel, introduced us to the product of Juice Plus. It made absolute perfect sense. It was exactly what none of the doctors that were talking to Mum about her rheumatoid arthritis were mentioning at all nutrition. All they were talking about was medication. And most people that go to see a doctor for something, they won't be advised on nutrition. They will be given some medication and, you know, told to go on their way most of the time. So anything that we can be doing to try and counteract that is a big bonus. So the product of Juice Plus was introduced to us. It was introduced to us by a girlfriend, Rachel. She was a type 1 diabetic, and it made utter sense. the product of Juice Plus, which I will just talk about because it's really important that we absolutely understand that we don't have a gorgeous business without the most amazing product, right? We just don't. And the best thing about Juice Plus World, Juice Plus Business, everybody that shares Juice Plus, is that people are so passionate about helping somebody else. You know, it's not about you're very, very rarely at any of our conferences or amongst all of us, you'll very rarely hear any of us talking about money. It's very much about, oh my God, I'm so excited about who I can help. I'm so excited that person's just got on the product. I'm so excited about their health journey. I'm so excited to see how it unfolds for them. So, you know, we do not have an amazing business without an amazing product. So let's just talk about the product of Juice Plus very quickly. So Juice Plus is a 30-year-old product. So that is absolutely brilliant. You know, lovely, huge, long-standing, longevity. Very, very simply put, Juice Plus is raw, whole foods, fruits, vegetables and berries in grand proportion, a huge spectrum of 30 colourful whole foods, which get grown by independent farmers in their correct countries of origin until they are vine ripened until they are at their optimum nutritional density. The product, the fruits, the vegetables, whatever's been grown by the individual farmers that grow specifically for Juice Plus are then harvested. The whole food is then pulped. So you are getting all the very best bits from the pips, from the core, from the skin, from the rind, all those very best bits. The whole food is pulped. It goes through every single farmer has a state-of-the-art drying plant on their farms, and the pulp then goes through a very low temperature drying process system, which is a 6-hour window from pulp to powder, which is the exact powders of the whole foods that go into our capsules. Nothing more, nothing less. All that happens in that drying process is the sugars evaporate, as does the water, and that's when you are left with all of the very, very best bits from the whole food. So why whole food nutrition? Why Juice Plus? Why Juice Plus over a multivitamin? Why Juice Plus over anything else? Well, one, we as people know on a daily basis what we should eat. And what we should be eating is a broad spectrum of 10 to 14 colourful whole foods. 5 a day is long gone. Most people don't even manage 5 a day. Most of us here, we're all aware of health. We try our very, very best. But equally, we are living busy lives. We're probably, lots of us, lots of people on the call are busy mummies, busy people that are working. And best will in the world, there is always a nutritional gap. So Juice Plus does not come in and say, I'm a replacement for fruits and vegetables. It is a gap bridger to even up that big nutritional gap that most people have. So we have a very, very simple product line, and I think this is the best bit about Juice Plus. The thing that made utter sense when Rachel, who's a type 1, you know, as a type 1 diabetic, her introducing us to this product, we were like, how amazing that you as a type 1 diabetic, when most of the time you can't eat loads of fruits and vegetables because of the sugar content, you are managing to flood your cells with all these beautiful, colourful whole foods. So on the back of Juice Plus pots, and this is a very big thing, you know, quite often, and you'll get a ton of questions, and we have all the answers to all the questions. You know, people will always have questions, and it's lovely because we can answer them. But on the back of the pots of Juice Plus, they are actual food labels, right? These are not vitamins, nothing, you know, obviously containing all the vitamins, all the minerals, all the fiber, all the micronutrients. But what you get when you eat whole foods, what people don't manage to do enough of on a daily basis, is you get trillions of phytonutrients, trillions of micronutrients, trillions of antioxidants, trillions of polyphenols. These are all builders that get absorbed by our blood system. So Juice Plus is the #1 nutraceutical product in the world because of the body of published medical journals that support it. So for us as distributors, franchisees, whatever we want to call ourselves, we are in a lovely, lovely position because we can be so confident because of the product and the research that supports it. So if anybody knows anything about the Medline count, the Medline score, this is an organisation that researches products. There's a Medline count from 1 to 100. Juice Plus has a Medline count of 100, which means the product is peer-reviewed, it's published medical journals, used by doctors, and these people all support the product. So that is very, very lovely, solid information for us to know that we've got supporting something that we're going to share with other people very confidently. So we have the capsules, right? The lovely thing about Juice Plus, right, in terms of having something to be able to share confidently with people, fruits and vegetables and berries are never going to go out of fashion. So when you're taking a look at a business, or you're taking a look at sharing something and thinking, right, well, I'd love to do something to help people. I'd love to maybe have that passion project on the side. I've got people I can share this with. Fruits and vegetables and berries are never going to go out of fashion. This is not faddy, right? As I said before, Juice Plus is a 30-year-old product. It is within a 50-year-old business called the NSA. The NSA, with a little tiny bit of background on the NSA, 50-year-old company, has only ever had 3 lines of business. They started 50 years ago by creating the first smoke detectors and sharing them through social marketing. Well, you can imagine social marketing 50 blooming years ago. It would have been a bit jolly tricky, much more tricky than the world we live in now, because we have got everybody at our fingertips. Back then you would have been, you know, people that are within the Juice Plus world that have had their businesses for 30 years, even were involved before the product of Juice Plus was launched. They used to have to drive, go to people's houses, fly, go to people's houses and introduce this maybe on the telephone. It wasn't easy like it is now. There's never been a better time to be able to create a business from home and create a business amongst lovely, lovely people. So the NSA, they started with smoke detectors, have always shared their businesses in exactly the same way, and that is through social marketing, through people. They then moved into water filtration. So always a very forward-thinking business. They created under-unit water filtration units, which again got shared through social marketing. And then 30 years ago, the product of Juice Plus was born, and they moved into whole food nutrition. So the first product of Juice Plus was very simply fruit and vegetable capsules, nothing more, nothing less, just the fruits and vegetables. What we now have is, I believe, the most simple product line and the most simple share with people, because we tick boxes that people are trying to level up to, right? We have something that is for everybody. We also have a product that there is nowhere on the product of Juice Plus that says do not give to children. There is nowhere on the product that says do not take whilst pregnant. And I think those two very bold statements that we can all make very confidently just tells you how pure, how raw, how whole the product is, and how safe it is, because it is very much simply raw, whole foods. If you think about where we are right now within the marketplace and what is going on within the world and what are people talking about, people are becoming very aware of the environmental impact of the meat industry, the dairy industry, the mass consumption, and people are very much bringing things back to basics and are becoming very aware of their health, which is very, very exciting. And so we have something that we can very much recommend to people that makes sense. So what I love about Juice Plus, and everybody else would agree, is we don't have a business where we're trying to share makeup and we're trying to share deodorant and we're trying to share toothpaste and we're trying to share a bit of nutrition. We just very simply have a small product line which ticks the boxes for what people need. So we have the fruit, the veg, the berry capsules. I'm afraid, I don't know what's happened. I have run out of vegetable capsules, and I have no idea how, because I just take the same amount every day, but maybe I've taken more of the vegetables. Anyway, usually there would be a green pot sitting right here. So we have the fruit, the veg, the berry capsules. They are our absolute gold dust product of Juice Plus, because they supply somebody with very simple whole food foundations every single day. Fruits, vegetables, berries, flooding our blood system. 10 of us, so we have a body of research that is 40 at the moment, with more research coming, 40 published medical journals, all talking about, you know, cardiovascular wellness, the impact of whole food nutrition on skin health, on reducing oxidative stress, reducing inflammation, all sorts. The ones that I love are about the bioavailability of the product of Juice Plus, because I think that's really, really important to be able to share with people that the product of Juice Plus and bioavailability means how that product is utilized by our body, because you don't want to recommend something that people are just going to pee out, right? You don't want to be recommending something that's not absorbed into the blood system. So 10 of the research studies done on Juice Plus are about the bioavailability, how that's absorbed into the body, and the product is 98% bioavailable. So that is absolutely rock solid information to share with people, so that you can be confident that that product is going to be absorbed into the blood. So we have the capsules, the fruit, the veg, and the berries. They are our foundational product, which is very, very lovely and very you know, simple for people to understand. We then have our other product, which is just gold dust to everybody, because again, we're ticking another box. So first of all, people are not eating enough fruits and vegetables, so the capsules put that foundation in place. Then we have our vegan plant-based protein powder. So the whole product range also of Juice Plus is vegan. So again, what's everybody talking about at the moment? Whole foods, plant-based, reducing inflammation, vegan, etc., etc. So really lovely to know that, you know, everything that we are sharing is kind of on point with what people are thinking about at the moment. So we have a vegan plant-based protein powder. I have been through many protein powders to try and find one that, one, kind of does, what it says on the tin. 2, tastes nice, right? I'm a massive foodie. Anybody else that's on this call will be able to, you know, agree with me. You want something to be able to recommend to people that tastes good and also provides that macronutrition that perhaps people are just missing out on. So to be able to offer something and say to people, you know, add a scoop of this into your daily smoothies, give it to your children, give it to your husband as he's walking out the door. This starts making massive changes into people's lifestyles, because it's a tool that people really, really need on board. You know, so many people leave the house in the morning in a rush and don't have a decent breakfast on board. This is not saying to people, oh, you have to suddenly start living off smoothies, but when you can provide something that is so simple and accessible and easy and delicious and is great for adding extra things into, it's a game changer for people. It's a game changer. And being able to maybe help people, you know, if they do want to maybe lose a bit of weight, or they want to think about getting a healthier lifestyle plan in place, having a tool like this to be able to incorporate is again a very easy share, because it's not something that's having to be an extra. That just becomes breakfast, or that just becomes that quick lunch for a busy mummy. So really simple share, again, a really great plant-based protein powder. The absolute, I think, gold dust part of the Juice Plus business, a very mission, you know, the mission statement of Juice Plus is to inspire healthy living around the world. They 10 years ago created a concept which I think has just been the biggest game changer for business, but it's been the biggest game changer in terms of how people can really lock into the mission of Juice Plus as a company, and the mission of us as great people sharing this with people is that we give the same product to children for free with every paying adult. So what that means is every adult that is on either the fruit and vegetable capsules or the fruit and vegetable and berry capsules themselves, we will give the same product free to children. So if you have got, and that's between the ages of 3 and 21 years old. So if you've got little ones, there is the little chewable version, So what these are the exact same whole food powders out of the capsules, bound together with a little bit of tapioca syrup to make them look like little sweeties, and they come in a little gummy form. So you would get the fruit and the vegetable gummies, if you have little ones, free with yours. So they're the fruit ones and the veggie ones. That would flood your children's system, or your customers' children system, with 17 raw whole foods, fruits and vegetables, which is just, for any parent, such a lovely peace of mind. But then obviously what rolls off the back of that is, again, once your bodies are full of all these lovely whole foods, cravings change. They start eating better, they start sleeping better. You know, the impact of whole food nutrition on our bodies is absolutely immense. So we give free product to children. So if you've got little ones, they come with the Chewies, they come with these gorgeous little sticker chart, which is so nice, because again, you know, the mission of Juice Plus and us sharing this with other people is that we want to build really lovely solid foundations that are going to take it, you know, be able to take the health of children forward. So it comes with a lovely sticker chart. It comes with lovely stickers that they can, you know, when you've had your Chewies, put a sticker on the wall, get your fruits and veggies in, you know, build this lovely story and start getting these foundations in place. So very much a forward-thinking company. What that does for business, from a business perspective, because we're here to talk about business, is it builds solid business. Because when a client knows that they can also get this for themselves and they can get it free for their children for up to 4 years. And by the way, you can share this with anybody and say, do you know a child that you would like to help? It doesn't have to be your own child. It could be a niece, a nephew. It could be a friend's child. Anyone that you can pass the gift of health forward to. So you could sponsor any person's child, right? One adult free gets one child free. So a lovely, lovely share. But when we're talking about that, when we're talking about what Juice Plus as a company, as a business can do for you, what it can do for you, is it will build you solid residual income. And what I mean by that is, when you're taking a look at an opportunity and you're taking a look at a business, you want, ideally, I believe, this is what I saw, you want to be able to build something that is going to layer up. So when we're talking about residual income, what we have with the product of Juice Plus is we have something everybody needs, and we have something that everybody needs daily, right? We have something that people take daily, they need it daily. Once they feel it, they will love it. And unless something dramatically changes, of course, there will always be a little bit of drop off somewhere, whether that's somebody's financial situation changes, or maybe they didn't have the belief, whatever it is, there'll always be a bit of that. But if you share the product carefully and beautifully and with love and kindness and being humble once well, I can confidently tell you, I've had a business with Juice Plus now for 7 years. My very first customers are still customers. What that means is I'm still being paid for people I did work with once, and I will be paid forever on those, because those people will never stop taking Juice Plus because they feel it, they love it, they feel great, they've had good health. So we have a truly residual product, because it's builds a truly residual business. So I hope that makes sense to you. When it comes to looking also at a business opportunity, I think it's really important that everything's very transparent. So, you know, I remember when our very first, Mum had amazing results. We then got invited to go to an event where we then heard about, you know, more people's stories. It was in London, it was in person. And I remember sitting there, and all I was thinking was, I just love this product. I just think it's so lovely. And I can think of people very simply, people I can share this with, right? It wasn't a difficult, I was sitting there thinking, God, that girl's just talked about depression. Well, that speaks to me because I've suffered with depression in the past. Well, she's had amazing skin results because she suffered with really bad acne. Oh God, I'm thinking of somebody that I know that's got really bad acne. So I was already thinking in that mindset. Then, a chap called Gordon Wilkie who stood up and talked, and he started talking about business, and I actually really didn't know there was a business opportunity attached to this. I was just thinking, oh, I'm just going to share this with people because we're all natural networkers. And I think it's really important to really lock into how many times a day do we share things with people, a great cookbook, a great Netflix series, a great recipe, a great this, a great that. We naturally share stuff every single day. So that was very simple to me to understand that suddenly we could have a business where we could just share something really good, but turn it into a business for ourselves. When I was at that event, there was a chap called Gordon Wilkie talking. He had had his Juice Plus franchise at that point for over 25 years. And he was an ex-accountant, and it kind of really made my ears prick up. And he said, I took a look at this business. I checked out the compensation plan, which we'll talk a little bit about in a minute. And he said, it made perfect sense. He said, the biggest thing for me as an accountant was that when I was flat out in my accountancy business, I was missing out on my children, and I was missing out on going to things with my children. And he said this bold statement, and he said, my boys go to a lovely private school, and he said, I'm the only dad on the touchline on a Wednesday afternoon watching them play rugby. And he said, because all the other dads are at work. So what this business has allowed for is to build a business, build residual income, and build time freedom. And that was one thing that just stuck with me. And I thought, yeah, additional income stream. It doesn't need to get in the way of anything else that you've got going on. Obviously, it takes effort. I never say to anybody that this is, it's just going to happen overnight. It has never, ever, ever, to me personally, ever felt like work. I have never felt like I've had to work, but it has taken effort. It's like anything, it takes an effort. What Gordon Wilkie at that event then said, and I remember nudging Rachel, and I said, did he really just say that? He said, the greatest thing about this business, he said, once you have belief for the product and once you love it, you will never not share it. It has a very low barrier to entry level to be able to buy your own business. And then he said, and that's £50. And I literally nudged Rachel and I said, did he just say £50? She said, yeah, £50. So basically you buy your own franchise. You don't have to buy any product. You don't have to buy any product. You pay £50 to basically buy a license to be able to share this product simply with other people, to be able to own your own franchise. So what that then gives you is it gives you a rear end virtual office, which we as a team get together for team meetings, or we do a one-to-one with somebody to help them get going, and we talk through that back virtual office and loads of support, how to place an order. So you get your back virtual office, and then you get your front end, which is the exact Juice Plus website, but it's got your name in the top right hand corner. So that's your front end link to be able to then share with other people. So for £50, you don't have to make any other investment. You become your own customer, which means you then earn commission on your own product. So for you, your family, for your husband, for your mom, your dad, etc., etc. So very, very, very simple. We are also a business that is direct selling, if you like. And what that means is that we do not have to order product. We don't have to have stacks of it in our home. It is a purely and simple transaction where you place an order and the product will go directly from a warehouse to your client. The other really exciting thing about this business, and obviously we've got Raxa joining from France, is we can build a business globally, and I would urge anybody to build a business globally. We are currently in 30 different markets, so that's 30 different countries where you can share this product and get it directly delivered, directly distributed to your clients. So you can share this with anybody around the world, providing we're in that country. But you can also partner with people to be able to build partners in different countries who will then share this with people wherever they are. So that is mega exciting, to be able to build a global business and have your business global from wherever you are. So what I'm going to do, I hope that gives you a good sort of basis about what Juice Plus as a product is about, a little background on the company, the simplicity of being able to share this with other people, and anyone that's got any questions, it would be lovely to drop them into the chat box and we'll answer them as we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just unmute Sandra, if Sandra doesn't mind having a little share. And I'd like to just ask Sandra hi sweetheart, ask you if you wouldn't mind just sharing a tiny little bit of your, how you got introduced to Juice Plus, why this is important to you from a health perspective, because I think that's really important. And then your excitement for the business, what it's done for you, what your future vision is, and a little bit of that. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, not a problem. Well, as Alex mentioned earlier, I have been on a bit of a health journey myself over the past couple of years. I was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition in 2018, which was a great shock and surprise to find out that I had a lifelong chronic condition that I was going to have to manage. And I went through a lot of changes in that year, but really decided to educate myself on my own health, and really started to gain some knowledge around how to fuel my body better, to heal my body. And that's kind of where my interest in nutrition came in. So I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, quite severe rheumatoid arthritis in 2018, and really struggled through that year trying to manage a very busy job and life, and coming to terms with that diagnosis. So I was introduced to the product through my sister, who had been a customer of Alex for about a year, and she absolutely loved the product. And I quite quickly felt benefits from an energy point of view, and general sort of well-being and vibrancy point of view, whilst also still going through the stress of going through appointments and managing a new medical regime. So that whole year was a real kind of learning curve for me. And at the end of that year, I also decided to take the bold decision to give up my career of 15 years. So I'm a business person. I've worked in the business world for 15 years, around a very successful recruitment company. I always managed teams of people. And I made the decision at the end of 2018 to take a break completely from the corporate world to focus on my health and healing, and to continue to build that knowledge. So having felt the benefits of the product and shared that with a few friends and family, I made the decision in Easter time last year to join the business. And it was interesting because during that winter, I'd been thinking about, right, I definitely want to take some time out from the business world, but when I do go back into the business world and start earning again, what kind of business do I want to run? I knew I didn't want to work in an office in the city, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday again. I knew that was probably not going to be achievable with managing my health and leading life on my own terms a bit more. So I'd sat down with one of my best friends during that winter, and we brainstormed, if we could, what kind of business would we like to run? And we had some parameters that came out of that lengthy conversation. And that conversation was, we definitely wanted to have a business that was about a product, not a service, a tangible product that we could talk to people about, show people about, be passionate about. But we don't want to hold any stock, because that's just expensive, messy, lots of overheads and difficult to set up, and you need a lot of money to get that going. We wanted it to be at an accessible price point, so that we were talking to people about a really tangible product that they could afford, but high margin. So not high volume, low margin. We wanted something that was going to be sorry, my mum's hoovering in the background. Something that was high margin. And the other point for me is that I was really keen to continue my love of traveling. I didn't want to be stuck in one place and just be working with that. So I had written down these parameters around a business that I'd like to run. And when Alex kind of gently said to me, have you considered Juice Plus as an option? When I thought about it, it ticked all of those boxes in terms of being you know, a really tried and tested product. No stock holding and no tricky finances. I wasn't going to have to hire an accountant or to deal with any of spreadsheets. Not my thing. I'm much better customer facing. Price point was accessible even for me, who wasn't working at the time. High margin. So you know, the compensation plan and the way that we're rewarded was really attractive, and the opportunity to work with people that my friends that are all over the world, in Canada, the US, Australia, New Zealand, UAE, and tap into those markets and then be able to potentially go and travel with work. So I started to have a think about it. Then Alex invited me in February last year to the convention, which conveniently was taking place in Brighton. And I was just absolutely blown away at that convention. And if any of you get the opportunity to go, and there was one in Edinburgh in November, which was brilliant. It was just, my mind was blown. The positivity in the room, the mission-driven focus. It's about inspiring healthy living. It's about us projecting a more positive world. And at the moment, and even last year before coronavirus happened, isn't that an amazing message to share? So I came to the conference so pumped about having a message to help the world and to help other people be healthier and happier. And that's not just about nutrition. You know, the business, Juice Plus is a business, is very much focused on mindset, you know, and how we think and how we can encourage others to think more positively, be a better version of ourselves day by day. And there's not many businesses out there who can say that that's, you know, that's what they do and that's what drives them. So I joined last Easter. And the other thing I would say is a real plus about the business model is you can take this at your own pace. So there's some people that come in and just go boom. My journey's been a bit more gradual because last year was my year to focus on my health and healing. And then fortunately my health did improve and I decided to go traveling at the end of last year. I'm now in Scotland helping to care for my dad who's unwell, and now I'm here in lockdown. So I've been able to do other things in life alongside Juice Plus without having the guilt of, oh my God, I should be working. So you can take it at your own pace, which is great. So I think there's lots, probably 70% of the people in the UK Juice Plus business are mums who are doing this as a sideline to being a stay-at-home mum or a working mum and fitting it into their life as a plan B. For me, this is actually a plan A. So I want to make this my career, and my vision is to have business across the world, so to be able to do that travel piece, and probably in English speaking countries, because unfortunately I don't have a language skill. But when you start to think about who you know, you suddenly go, oh, do you know what, I've got a friend who lives in Switzerland, I've got a friend who lives in France, I've got a friend who lives in Portugal, and that suddenly just starts to open up the potential. And the business model is so simple that you can replicate your blueprint in those other countries, and there is the support of resources and people in those other countries. So yeah, that's probably an interesting point to come back to. When I was thinking about setting up a business of my own and wanting that freedom and time freedom to run.
Oh. Oh. Is it just me that can't hear Sandra? Or can everyone else can't hear?
No, I can't hear her either.
She's gone. Okay, she'll be back. She will be back. So yeah, probably just a good point to mention whilst we're waiting for Sandra to reappear is Sandra touched on it just then, the price point of Juice Plus. You know, having something that is accessible to other people is really, really important. And that was a big thing for me because, you know, you don't want something that's going to be a hard sell and for people to be questioning it. You know, that's not what we want. And the lovely thing about Juice Plus is that there is something for everybody, right? There is something for everybody's budget. There is something for everybody. When people say, oh, what product should I take? Well, obviously it's health, it's whole foods. So the maximum that you can flood your system with is what you want. So if you just took the main product of Juice Plus, which is the fruit, the vegetable and the berry capsules, the cost of those per day in the UK, pounds, is a couple of pounds a day, so £60 a month. May sound a lot, but when you break it down to a couple of pounds a day, it's less than a cup of coffee. How many people are just left, right and centre, just grabbing and going, grabbing and going, grabbing and going? I mean, in this lockdown period, how amazing is it that we, you know, certainly for me, I'm in and out of cafes generally all day long, having meetings, etc. I saved an absolute blooming fortune on not buying coffees during lockdown. It's just crazy. But, you know, when you say to somebody, you know, it's a couple of pounds a day, less than a cup of coffee, and you can get that free for your children, you know, it's a very easy thing to break down to people. And what I always say to people is, people are trying to do their best with health. For us here in the UK, we don't have the beautiful climate. We don't have these beautiful vine-ripened, colourful whole foods at our fingertips. Everything is imported unless we have those few lovely months of the summer. So buying a punnet of blueberries, for good example, high quality, whatever that is, that come in from Peru in Waitrose or Tesco, you know, they're £3 or £4 for a little punnet of blueberries. So, you know, to be able to weigh it up to people, and that is, we can work down from that, right? We've got the opportunity to be able to say, well, that's what I would recommend, all of them, couple of pounds a day. Most people will get that. If that's too much, you can work down, and you could get somebody on just the berry capsules, you know, and the berry capsules are £22 a month for 13 different dark berries, flooding your blood system every single day. So Rax has asked a great question. Is the product organic? The product is grown to better than organic standards, but to get an organic certification to be able to go across the board for every single grower is extremely difficult. It is extremely difficult, but grown to better than organic standards across the board. So yeah, keep those types of questions coming, Raxa. And the other lovely thing is that we have the informed choice tick. What that means is, if anybody's knowledgeable surrounding the professional sports industry, the informed choice tick is basically that we have a product that professional sports people can take. It's all, you know, been anti-doping testing. So professional athletes, professional sports people can all use the product. So we've got Sandra back. Are you there, my love?
I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. My laptop just kicked me out completely, and then I thought apologies.
Don't worry. So you were just talking about which point? Where had we got to? Where you were? I
think I was just talking about opportunity to build business in other countries, work with friends around the world, and build something that is you know, sustainable across many years. The other thing that I mean, as I say, I'm a business person. I did an MBA at university 3 years ago as well. So I'm really interested in the business opportunity and the model and how it's structured. And when I understood the compensation plan, and I could see how other people were tangibly working their way through the promotion structure, I could really see this as being a viable full-time position that could pay me extremely well. And we have got a number of people in this business in the UK who have become millionaires from this business. It's not everybody's desire. For some people, it's just about an extra £500 a month, or even just to pay for their own products. But there is very much a reward system that is completely based on merit. It's about effort, not about who you know, and it's not about how much time you put in. It's very much about your own results. And I don't think there are many businesses out there that can say that in its entirety. I think it's a very fair reward structure.
Yeah, it's very exciting. And like Sandra said, it's basically that compensation plan is, you aim for us, it's all broken down into small chunks. And I think that's what's so lovely. It's like, as you know, you hear often of businesses where people are like, yeah, well, you know, you can make it to the top, and if you do this, you get a car, and you get this, and you get these holidays, and blah, blah. It all sounds terrifying to people, because people are like, well, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for maybe just a little bit extra. And what I would say to people is when you get that little bit extra and you suddenly realize how simple that was, then you think, well, maybe I could double that next month, or maybe I could treble that, or maybe I could help someone else do that. And it's very, very nice to be able to have that broken down. And it brings me on to the point of how within the Juice Plus business model, there are 3 ways of being able to make money, right? One is that you buy your franchise. You pay your £50. If this is of interest to you and you're not yet in the business, then I would definitely say sign up, get your franchise, become your own customer, because you're going to earn the commission on your own products. So the 3 ways that you can make money within Juice Plus is that you earn money on your sales. So sales profit, so you earn a percentage, which immediately starts at 10%, and you can work up to 20%, just purely by retailing the product, right? Very, very simple commission rewarded for sharing the product. The second way that you can make money is that you build a social network. So you introduce people to, we have these business opportunity calls every single week. You just bring people to the party. If it takes their interest and you would like to build business with them, then we help them build a business as well. And you introduce them and they become part of your social network. So you can earn money from them being a part of your business. What I really love about the Juice Plus business is that every single person, whether you are whether you're Jeff Roberti that's earned $96 million with this business, or whether you are somebody just starting out, every single person pays exactly the same for the product. So there's no getting someone involved. There's no getting someone involved in your business going, oh, well, you can get it for cheaper, and that's why you should become part of the business. It's very fair, it's very simple, and I actually really, really like that, because there's no ugly recruiting surrounding that, right? It's very much, I would like to build business with you, I would like to help you build a business. The other thing is you don't earn money by signing somebody into your business, but you do earn money if you help that person build a business, right? So somebody said to me right at the very beginning, Alex, you get nowhere in this business by thinking about yourself. This is very much about you helping someone else by sharing the product. So either helping someone with their health, or you help someone build their business, right? And then the rewards will come. So it's about helping other people achieve something, which I absolutely love, because there's nothing more exciting than seeing someone become successful. There's nothing more exciting than helping somebody, build something for themselves. So you have the opportunity of earning from your social network, from your business that you help build, right? The third way of earning money, which Sandra just touched on, is the compensation plan that Juice Plus have in place. So we don't have, get this, you're going to win cars and you're going to win holidays and you're going to win this. There's always incentives within the company. They do run amazing incentives, but it's for building solid business. It's for building solid structure. So we have a compensation plan, which basically are financial rewards, financial bonuses for working through a compensation plan. Now, you might not have any desire to do that, and that is absolutely fine. You might just think you want to share this product with a few people, and that is how it all begins. But when you know that you can reach that first, the first little bonus that's in place is £80. Well, if I told you very briefly, the way that you can achieve that £80 bonus is by getting 4 customers on the premium capsules, right? How lovely to be able to say to somebody, I'm going to help you, I'm going to support you, I'm going to be here to answer any questions, but to get your first bonus, to get your first position where you will also increase your commission to 14%, so you get a 4% commission increase, and the way to do that is to get 4 premium capsule customers and get them free for their children. That isn't a tall order, right? I don't think that is a tall order. It's not scary to somebody. And when you can get somebody that £80 bonus, that's their £50 investment for a business back. I made money from this business from the day I started, because I literally looked at it and thought, as soon as I've earned £50 commission, my business is paid for. And that was exactly how I looked at it. It was a £50 investment. If I could help a couple of people, the commission I would earn, I think my first paycheck with Juice Plus was something like £100, £80. John Hollowatty, who's been in the business 10 years, and he's our millionaire mentor. He's an ex-personal trainer. He's as humble as you like. He's from Bolton. He's just grown the most amazing business. His first paycheck was £13, and he always tells the story. He's like, got this amazing opportunity I want to tell you about. I've earned £13 commission. But he's gone on and been so successful. He's like, how attractive does that sound to somebody? But who cares? You haven't invested loads and loads of money, right? It's not about that. So our compensation plan, if you want to know the numbers, and I can send anybody a screenshot of it, it's in chunks. But overall, there is £122,000 worth of bonuses to be taken along the way for building a business. So it's all there for the taking. All it takes is a special effort. It takes a very simple duplicatable process. And that process that I've just talked to you about how you can achieve that first bonus, and it's for customers. All you need to be able to do is teach someone else to do exactly the same. And that's the duplication. So it's not anything more scary than that, right? And then obviously somebody said to me right at the very beginning, Alex, you should always look to be putting on a minimum of 5 new customers a month, because why wouldn't you? It's your business, right? Obviously the more, the better. But if you want to grow a business, you want to be looking to always share the product with customers, and you want to help someone else do exactly the same. So we're going to wrap this up very shortly, because we can take any other questions offline. Is there anybody else that would like to just do a little share about business or product? Or, I mean, the lovely thing is, Cassandra did touch on it, this is an opportunity for you to grow a business with people you love, right? How lovely to be able to grow a dream team business where you can do business with friends. My mum is here. Mum is in the business. How beautiful for mum. I'll unmute you just quickly, mum, so you can say hi.
Hi.
So how lovely that we get to do business together.
We do. We get to go to some really lovely places, meet so many new people. I mean, for me personally, when I looked and I saw the improvements in the way my energy levels went up, and I thought, my God, this is a product that is not going to join the drawer of vitamin supplements that I've been trying for probably 2 or 3 years prior to that. This has got rid of all of those other things because it actually works. It's in symbiosis with my body. And I joined the business thinking to myself, if I could pay for my product each month, I didn't even think about the £50. I just thought, if I can cover my product, and actually now I look at it as enhancing my plan B, moving on into sort of, retirement. Rheumatoid arthritis is an up and down sort of situation within your body. Most days for me, I can honestly say 85 to 90% of the time I'm good, but I would be absolutely lying if I said it was 100%, because it's not. But what Juice Plus has done for me personally, it has given the background situation in my body where I don't get day-to-day illnesses or problems, and it just allows my system to focus on being the best that it can to keep the autoimmune disease within me at bay. And it's also the business side of things has enabled me to meet and get to be part of a wonderful community.
So special. And I just think how lovely that you've got one, I can do business with mum, but also exactly like mum says, a beautiful community, beautiful friends, beautiful people, beautiful mission. And also mum won't mind me saying, she's going to be 65 this year, a business to retire into, or a business to retire with, not having to think about, oh my gosh, what's going to happen when I get to that age. It's just so lovely. So I'm just a business for everybody, a business with a heart, a business with passion. And they say within our Juice Plus world, the Juice part is the product. We would not have an amazing business without an incredible product. So that's the juice part. The plus part, the juice plus, the plus part is the gaining friendships, the personal development, the growth journey you go on as a person, the team spirit, the amazing global community that we have. We have more amazing people we can touch and reach and lock arms with, that are not all in our business, that are not all part of our pay line, but will help us at any point. You know, we have a beautiful team in Tunbridge Wells, Jeff Montague Smith, he's the most amazing osteopath. He earns no money from my business, our business, but he will be on the phone or on a call at the drop of a hat to help. And I don't believe there's any other business around where people will give that time and energy for no financial gain to themselves. And it's just so lovely. So we have our fingertips being able to reach people that can answer any question, right? We have so many amazing professional people within our world, doctors, nutritionists, osteopaths, physios, you name it, that all run this alongside mummies, you know, loads of mums that are at home with children. So it's ever so exciting. And I just say, what have you got to lose? What have you got to lose by being so lovely and positive and happy to share something so valuable with people? So is there, if anyone else wants to say anything, Suze, do you want to say anything? Kiara want to say anything? Zoe want to say anything? Suze, we're quick.
Yeah, just very quickly.
2 minutes.
Yeah, just quickly. So I was in a similar situation to Debbie and Sandra. I was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition, MS. That's how I got on the products originally, and had such amazing benefits from it. My MS is stable, touch wood. I'm feeling really well. I'm feeling better probably than I have in years. So that is how I got into the business. I started to share it with friends and family, and then I started to see the benefits for them, which is what it's all about. I know what it's done for me and my family, and I wanted friends and family to have the same benefits. The second thing I'd like to say is, really for me, it's given me time freedom. I'm a primary school teacher. I actually left my job in December. I'm now just doing some supply because I wanted to concentrate on this business, want to be there for my children. I don't want to be one of those mums that can't be at the sideline cheering my children on. And I was missing out so much, missing out on all of their school events. And that made me sad. I was standing in a classroom teaching on a Wednesday afternoon thinking, I should be watching my children. So for me, great product. I've reaped the benefits, want to share it with lots of people. I'm all about helping people. You can obviously, as Sandra and Alex and Debbie have said, you can do it at your own pace. It can run alongside any other business. For me at the moment, it will run alongside some supply teaching, but I'm going to put my main focus into the business. And yeah, I just think it's the community. I've met so many lovely friends, and I just love being a part of something so special. So that's mine in a nutshell.
And you are amazing, Suze, and I am so grateful that Rachel Kirkwood introduced you to me, us, because your health journey has been absolutely amazing.
Oh, so am I.
So it's very, very lovely, very exciting. So I really hope, gang, that you have been able to feel the passion, feel excited. I would say dive headfirst in, have a go, and just be humble and be kind. And all you need to know is our very simple way of doing business. We have a product call once a week where we, as team, we all invite clients to, and that is purely product focused and hearing people's real testimonials. And it's other people's stories that will build your business. It's other people's stories that will do the work for you. So you don't have to feel like you have to go out and be a master of nutrition and a master of Juice Plus. You need to say to somebody, I have something I think you'd be really interested in. It's absolutely wonderful. I would love you to jump on a call and have a listen. Off the back of that, you take it back offline. You can place orders, you can answer questions, we can all help as a team, and you just feed people into that call once a week. And then once a week, we have a business opportunity call where you bring people to the party that you think you might like to do business with, and we run another call very similar to this. There were meant to be many, many more people on, but I think because it's bank holiday. But thank you so much to all of you that have given up your time. And we have a business call. and then that just gives people the same information. Then we take it offline and we help people, right? So it's very simple process, nothing complicated. We're all here to help each other. We have a wonderful WhatsApp group, Facebook group. We have all the tools. We have a company that is on fire. I've never known the company to be in a better position with all the tools that they're doing, all the training, you can get through to customer services in literally less than 30 seconds. We're getting product out to people within 2 days. I mean, it's absolutely so exciting. I've never known the business to be at such an amazing point it is. So we'll leave it there, gang. Any questions? Let's have them offline. Thanks so much for joining, everybody. Thanks for sharing, gorgeous girls. And let's get excited about next week's opportunity call and next week's client call, and just jump on, bring people to the party, and let's continue to grow our beautiful, real team, real women, all having a gorgeous time helping people in a very real way, which is lovely. All right, thanks so much for joining.
Thanks, Alex.
Everybody. No worries.
Bye, ladies.
As always, lots and lots of love, and I've got the recording. All right, so that is all good. Have a lovely day, everybody. Bye.